Hi everyone, welcome back to Season 1. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be making my top 5 picks to dethrone Sami Zayn for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, I'm going to be doing these top 5 picks to dethrone series just for all of our current champions. And then you know what, I'll have a video on every single one of them predicting the future of this title, who it's going to go to, where that person's going to lose the title, where they're going to win it, how many times it's defended. So, you know, who wins after Sami Zayn, all that stuff from WrestleMania 40 all the way to WrestleMania 41, and the future of that title, basically. So I'll have one for this, I'll have one for the WWE World Heavyweight one, Universal, all that stuff, alright? But anyways, now let's get started with an honorable mention. So honorable mention goes to Andrade, alright? First of all, the reason I put him here is because I think he'll be a perfect Intercontinental Champion. I think he'll be a great mid-card champion, especially the way they're pushing him. They're pushing him to be a top, high mid-card star. Maybe main event, I think that's a little bit later down the line though. So yeah, a higher mid-card, and the Intercontinental title is exactly that, a very high mid-card. So, I mean, again, I feel like since he's a face and Sami Zayn's a face, it doesn't work out too well, the role, because you don't want to have two good guys face off against each other and have the title switch hands like that, especially when you've got heels out there who are waiting to take the title off of Sami Zayn, and one of them, in fact, not one, there's more, but one of them especially is going to be on this list. But you see, so that's why I put him at the honorable mention, number 6. But I could see him take it off of whoever takes it off of Sami Zayn, without a doubt. I think he'd make a great Intercontinental Champion. So I think, again, I just put him there in case they decide to go for the face versus face strategy. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Moving on to number 5. This is a little bit out of left field, too. Gunther, alright? I put him here because, you know, every champion does have, like, their rematch clause. And maybe Gunther wins it back. Just, I don't know, I feel like that title ran its course. There was really no more stories to give here. There is not too much more they could have done with the Gunther title reign, and that's why I don't know if this is going to happen, you know. If they go run it back this time, who's he going to lose it to? I see only Sheamus and Chad Gable as a face, which he is not anymore. He's a bad guy, he's a heel now. So I don't see exactly how that would work. They'd have to switch something up in the draft and all that. But I think it would not make sense because of the fact that Gunther needs to be in the world title picture. He needs to be a world champion at the latest, I would say, SummerSlam 2025. Because WrestleMania 40 through 41, the world champions are kind of already booked. It's going to be CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, maybe even Seth Rollins, all involved in the world heavyweight. For Cody's title, it's going to be Roman, Rock, Randy, maybe Gunther slips in here. Those are the ones I see involved over here with Cody's title. The world titles are pretty much booked until WrestleMania 41. And after that, I feel like SummerSlam 2025 is the place, because I don't see Gunther going into or out of a match at WrestleMania for the world titles. So, I do put him here just in case he uses his rematch clause and in some way is able to top that. You know, what is he going to do until SummerSlam 2025 where he does have a world title? So that's why maybe they go run that back with the Intercontinental Championships. And then again, taking a loss there, I don't know if he's going to be able to bounce back to main event championship level. But I just don't know what they're going to be doing with Gunther afterwards. So that's why I'm eager to see this, knowing that he's only been pinned by like 2-3 different people. And he's only lost 5 times his entire career. That's like Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker type protection that they've given him in terms of winning versus losing in that whole percentage. So yeah, again, I don't see this happening. I've just put him on the list because he is technically still very much affiliated with this title. But now, moving on to number 4. Alright, at number 4, I'm going to have to go ahead and put Dominic Mysterio. Thing is, I feel like he would make a good Intercontinental Champion. I think it's slowly given the push, right? You don't want to make him Money in the Bank or World Champion just yet. You got to have him develop the character as a main roster champion a little bit more. He was great as the NXT North American Champion. And I think you could do the same with the Intercontinental Championship. Find him a heel way to cheat against Sami Zayn in a match and win and become the Intercontinental Champion. Imagine the heat that he would get for that. And I think he'd be a pretty good champion too, honestly. Of course, he's got the whole Judgment Day inside too. So right there, he has a faction. And you could give him a good reign with that excuse too. I think that he is a deserving of a main roster title, right? Whether that be the Tag Team Championships or the Intercontinental US Championship, whatever. I don't think he's at world title material just yet. And the world title picture is very loaded right now. I don't find a space for Dominic Mysterio just yet. That's why I started his push with the Intercontinental Champion. I would be happy with that, honestly. I don't think it's a bad decision. I think it would make sense. I just feel like there's people with better stories connected to beating Sami Zayn. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and save that. If it happens, I'm not going to be mad. It makes sense. It's just I feel like it's not the most obvious choice, right? Moving on to number 3. Number 3, I'm going to have to go ahead and put Dominic Mysterio's own teammate, Finn Balor, alright? I think that Finn Balor is deserving of his last title run. I think that title run is not going to be a world title. I feel like that train has left. The ship has sailed, alright? So I feel like another title they could give him, a very credible title still, is the Intercontinental Championship. I feel like Finn Balor is definitely a high mid-carder, you know, definitely a very credible pick to beat Sami Zayn. The match will be a banger too, right? I feel like if they align the stories once again and have Balor versus Zayn at SummerSlam or something for the Intercontinental Championship, I think that would be a very great match. That would be a good way to give Balor a final title run, because I don't think the world title win is going to happen now. It could, it might, but maybe they go with the story of having him just be Intercontinental Champion, you know, still holding the gold. And it all depends on if he's taking the title off of Damian Priest or not. I doubt that happens. I feel like that was all 2023 where we had that chance, but they didn't take it for the world title. I think he'd be a perfect Intercontinental Champion, though. Now, moving on to number 2. Number 2, I'm going to have to go ahead and say it's Sheamus. So, Sheamus just returned recently, and I feel like again, a lot of people said he was going to be the guy to beat Sami Zayn. I could see it happen, right? Clash at the Castle is a perfect place for it, you know. It's the crowd and everything. They're going to be behind Sheamus as well as Sami Zayn, right? They're both faces. Again, that's why I said I don't really like the face versus face match here. But I feel like it works in this case just because Sheamus' whole story here is that he wants to win the Intercontinental Championship. And Sami Zayn, of course, wants to be a good champion. A face versus face, you know, it sometimes works. And I feel like this is one of those matches where it will work. I feel like Sheamus finally becoming Grand Slam champion is well deserved and should have happened, in fact, against Gunther. Maybe he was one of those guys who I think should have definitely beaten Gunther, had a good chance of beating Gunther. I would have not been mad if he beat Gunther. Again, Sami Zayn beating Gunther is not a bad decision either. I'm happy with that too, alright? But yeah, I think if the story aligns at the right time at Clash at the Castle, I feel like if it's Sami versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle, it's almost confirmed that Sheamus is going to win. But the reason why I don't put him at number 1 is because number 1 is Chad Gable, the newly turned heel. So he's turned heel against Sami Zayn, and this story is far from over now. I feel like we've got a whole lot of other matches, whole more story to be told here. Again, Chad Gable, more than likely, the whole reason he turned heel was because he's not been able to win the Intercontinental Championship, and I feel like he will win the Intercontinental Championship, and I feel like there's no one better to win it from than the person that he's feuding with right now in Sami Zayn. So I feel like with this new heel turn, I feel like we could see Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable at SummerSlam, and I think, honestly, if we see that match happen at SummerSlam, more than likely Chad Gable's going to win that match, and he's going to start to build credibility to his heel character, be similar to Kurt Angle, right? Just without the 10 world titles and all. Because I don't think Chad Gable's winning a world title. I mean, maybe he wins Money in the Bank. I would not be mad at that. But the story just aligns here very well, very perfectly almost with Sami Zayn right now. I do want to see what he does as his heel turn, Chad Gable. And I feel like Sami Zayn is going to be the guy that he faces in his first feud. Of course, you know, he turned heel against him. They kind of wait this out and then pull the trigger at SummerSlam, or even before. Maybe they just go ahead and do it at Backlash. I don't think that should happen because, you know, Sami Zayn beat Gunther's almost 700-day title reign. It would make not just Sami Zayn, who beat such a big opponent, feel weak. It would also make Gunther, the one with the 700-day title reign, also make him feel weak, as well as lose prestige your title. So don't hold it at Backlash. Hold it off until SummerSlam at least. But anyways, yeah, so that is my list. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'd appreciate a like, subscribe, leave comments down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.